Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 526. I have a new mic lead. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the one and only Two Fresh Crash.
Hello, hi, hello.
Have you got a mic lead?
Right here.
Don't touch it. Whatever you... Jesus, you're crazy.
I touched it.
You're nuts. You're crazy. You're crazy, bro. We're also alongside the one and only. It's the 100k club. Honestly, he's way beyond that now. It is Mr. Paul Despawn.
Woo! Sir Paul Despawn, I'll have you now. No. Hi, everyone.
Since when?
Since now, I just decided literally right this second.
Oh, okay.
I don't want no sirs on this podcast. Get the fuck out of here.
All right. Lord?
Respect. I respect. Lord
Despawn. How are you doing today?
That's crazy. And the return of the dead man himself. It is Matt P. Video. Hello, Matt.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah, I'm here.
It didn't sound like The Undertaker.
He's back from the dead. Boom.
We should have entrance music.
Matt, you're here like once every 6 weeks. Like, what
we'll hear it like twice a year.
The three of us start off on the 3-person cam, and then just when you're introducing people, just randomly play music, and then switch to the 4-person cam and reveal Matt.
I love how he's saying this. The guy that shows up once every 6 weeks does none of the pre-production, none of the post-production, does nothing. How's
really good point.
How is the Resident Evil D&D doing?
It's a great question. I refer to my lawyer. No, I'll be honest, right? I think I'm about 45 minutes through the first recording we did, edit.
Okay.
And that's like a rough cut without any of the like major visuals or anything. So it's like it's getting there. But I think now it's an after Gamescom thing for me. Like September feels good for me.
Don't say dates. Whatever you do.
No. I'm not saying release. I'm not saying release in September. I'm saying I will have time to work on it in September, maybe.
Will you know, Matt? Because
I also
the gaming calendar is quite busy.
Yeah,
but he doesn't play games.
No, but he does events, and there are a lot of events in the end of the year.
Well, there aren't really.
I mean, I could
there's
name
Game
three
Awards
off the top
and
of my
there's
head.
Golden Joystick. Golden Joysticks were busy for me, but like Game Awards, we don't really do a massive amount of stuff around because it's not like an event people. Well, obviously it is an event people go to, but it's not like an event developers are going to and like we're doing interviews at and chatting stuff and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Tokyo Game Show we're not doing, so
Yeah. Okay, so you might actually turn up for a podcast.
Maybe you might even get 2 on the trot. You never know.
Holy fuck! Calm down.
That'd be crazy. Well, this is My Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox podcast. You can get it right here on youtube.com/My Xbox and Me and all podcast services. If you want to support us financially, patreon.com/MCFixer. Shout out to our Patreon producers, Steezy Sam. And of course, Aaron God. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Topic of the show this week, guys. It kind of come out last week. I don't know if you guys have heard of the streamer Carnage. I hope I said his name correctly. But he was talking on his podcast, which I don't remember the name of now. Unfortunately, there we go. Was it not on his podcast?
I don't think it was on his podcast. I think it was on his stream that he was talking about it.
Well, there you go. Got that piece of information incorrect. Well, he was talking anyway. He's now a part of the publishing game when it comes to game dev, that side of things. And I think someone must have mentioned about, why did they not take a Game Pass deal or something in that realm? And he had a lot to say on it, Crash. You brought this up, so let's talk about it. What did he say?
Yeah. So effectively, he was talking about that he was looking at it for one of the games that he was developing, and he didn't talk directly to Xbox. I think that's one thing to note, but he talked to developers who have put stuff on Xbox and stuff like that. And the general consensus around the deals, from his perspective and the people he talked to, was that Game Pass isn't great unless you're not sure if the game will be a success. So if you think your game will be a success, Game Pass isn't. The deal probably isn't the best deal for you. But if you're unsure, then the Game Pass deals are good.
My question for you is, and probably for the whole panel, what do we deem, or what do you think a developer deems a success at this moment in time in where the games industry is? Because to me, breaking even and keeping your studio alive, to me, is a success.
Yeah, I think it depends on the studio, on the size of the studio. I think if your publisher success is probably more than what you put in, you probably want to get a good bit on top of whatever it costs to make the game. So for a publisher, success is probably, I don't want to put any numbers on it, but significantly more than I would say whatever you put into it. But where if you're an indie dev, you probably like, if I break even on this, I'm probably happy with it. Or if I make enough to like sort of start funding the next game, I'm happy on it, and we can keep going like that, right?
Matt, what's a success look like?
Yeah, I think probably for a lot of the games that we see going into Game Pass, when it's a studio's first or maybe second game, a much smaller studio, they're just trying to balance the books, right? Like if somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, currently you have this amount of debt on your balance sheet. It's going to cost you this." Let's just put round numbers out there so it's easy, right? You have $5 million so far sunken into development cost. You need to do another $2 million to get the game out and launch the game. And right now, who knows if it's going to be a success or not? You might really, really believe in your project, but there are plenty of phenomenal games out there that don't break even, that don't get a big player base. So I'm going to offer you right now $7 million. You put it on Game Pass day one. All of your production costs are sorted. And then we'll have a chat about your next game based on how successful this is. You've got a good working relationship with Xbox now. And if you make a Clear Obscure, well, we might come along and offer you some money to make Clear Obscure Expedition 31 or however that numbering system would work. So I think you take it, right? Like it's got to be really hard to be in a situation where you have a staff that you need to pay and to turn down guaranteed money in favor of what is essentially a gamble, putting your game out to see how it does. Especially if you're relatively inexperienced. Even if you think you've got loads of experience. If you haven't put out, if you're not Ubisoft, who's put out 12 Assassin's Creed games, and you have all this data to back up how you think it's going to do, and you know exactly when in the year to launch it, and how much you can market, and blah, blah, blah. Like, you've got to take that guaranteed money, I think.
T-Spawn?
So, Crash,
No, I bring up the point later.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of with Matt on this one. I think it is that whole thing of, it's that levels of like, you get a company like Ubisoft who are very much like, well, we've got, like you say, we've got our marketing team who know how much they want to spend and all this and that and that, what the other. We've got an influx of money just sitting there in a profit pool or whatever. But then you have on the flip side of that, you have a new team like Sandfall who have got this first game out of the studio. They've got a deal obviously with Kepler, but as a publisher, but at the end of the day, they need to get that return of investment. And if, like you said, Microsoft come along and be like, "Yo, we'll just pay your development costs up front, and and sort your marketing for you." I don't know what the deal is with the marketing side of that as well.
But
you got
to be fair here, you're saying cover the development cost. This doesn't sound like they're just covering the development cost. If I'm reading into this.
I think so. From Co Carnage's comments and what I read, right? He can only take it from what he heard, right?
Yeah.
And to me, they just might not have had a game that they were that interested in, so they got offered a bad deal.
Sure.
That's also the other side of the conversation, and the people in which he spoke to and said that a lot of developers maybe they just didn't have games that had mass appeal, which then wouldn't have generated enough hype around Game Passes, which why Xbox offered them less money for what they had to offer.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to put it this way, yeah? He didn't go and have a conversation with Square Enix or, even who did, I'm forgetting the developer that did Clair Obscure. Soundful, thank you. Sorry, they're not. He's not talking to those type of level of developers. I don't believe. I think it's definitely a indie to even on the. I wouldn't even say double A. I'd be like A. Like if that was the existence of game dev, right? Like maybe that's where the conversation is had of like, well, maybe we should risk it and just throw it on Steam and see what happens. Yeah. Compared to like a game like Clair Obscur has got voice actors that we've all heard of, and it's this big AAA masterpiece, which again, I know we didn't know that before we played it, but even on the outside looking in, when you're marketing something like that, you're like, okay, we can tell that this is going to generate some level of hype. Where, you know, again, I don't know what level of developer he was talking to, but maybe they just got offered bad deals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's possible. It really is a case of like a really big industry. So even what could be okay for somebody, if somebody just wants to break even, or they're like, if we can get this part covered out, we're pretty sure we can get the rest on other platforms, not including Xbox or PC, or they're like, we can make this much off of PlayStation or Switch, wherever they're releasing. It's definitely it feels like it would be a very nuanced conversation on a per developer basis on if it's worth it or not as well.
I think the big thing is, like, we're just going off like little piecemeals of information. No one's ever come out outright and said, this is how much money we were offered. This is how much we took. This is the kind of business deal they gave us. Because those things are written in, as far as I'm aware, are written into the contract that you signed with Xbox. That is a non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah.
And for obvious reasons, you don't want everyone to be like, well, you paid them this much, why can't we get that much? So it makes total business sense, but like, it's very hard to piece together what is good and what is a bad deal and everything without all the information on the table. But from what I've seen and like what we've all seen from people out there, like a lot of people who've taken these deals have been relatively happy with them, and to the fact that they've come back and done more deals. Like Ubisoft keep putting games on Game Pass, which we'll talk about another one being added later. But I'm saying, like, there are indie titles that are doing the same thing.
The Ubisoft conversation isn't like, it's not a one-to-one, because Ubisoft generally doesn't put their games day one onto the service.
No,
it's
and
not
I get
like
that. Yeah.
But nor does every indie game.
No, 100%. I agree.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This
Like,
conversation,
I think his
conversation isn't day one. That wasn't the conversation that was had.
I'm fairly certain it was day one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was day one. Yeah, it was his upcoming game about it, and he talked to people about everything. I think once you get past a certain, like, that's how I understood the conversation from what I heard, and maybe I'm wrong. That's how I took from his perspective of where he was coming from it.
Interesting. I think it changes the whole conversation again. Like, if it is only day one conversations, because like, I don't know. It's a hard one. To me, I think you mentioned marketing. I'm like, I still think Xbox market Game Pass games terribly.
Sure.
I still think their marketing is awful.
Their market from non-Xbox produced games for Game Pass is, we're gonna put
Even
it
for
on
Xbox
the new game. I'm just the one that comes to mind is they did good with fucking Obsidian. I feel like the Obsidian remaster, but that's also an easy game to market.
That's also an internal studio.
Yeah. What was that?
Yeah.
Obsidian.
It's internal.
Not Obsidian. The Oblivion game. Yeah,
It's
internal. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Internal.
Yeah.
No. That's what I'm saying. That's the best example that I can think of a game they've marketed well.
Because I can only think of that and Indiana, where I think for both of those games, when you booted up your Xbox, it gave you like a full screen. You've got to click through this ad for this game that's just gone into Game Pass to get into your Xbox.
Yeah.
To be fair, if they had those sort of ads every week or every few days or whatever, it'd be more annoying than it would be a good experience. So it's like, where is the middle ground for it? And I don't know how you find that middle ground super well. I think one thing is, like, we've talked about the store page. Some of us aren't a huge fan of it. There's definitely stuff that can be done, but it is a tricky situation to navigate without sort of ruining the experience for people who do enjoy it. Just make it a net positive.
I think there is like another aspect to what is a success, right? And what would be a good Game Pass deal is like the type of game you're making. And I don't think we've seen like a massive amount of this, but like if you're making an online game that is reliant on your player base, right? A battle royale where you need 100 people in the game and blah, blah, blah. Game Pass could be great for you, right? Because all of a sudden it's a free game. You need a lot of player base in there. No, Crash? No, you disagree?
No, the problem is if it's on Game Pass, it's not a free to play game everywhere. That game's going to fail because there's going to be a market that's like, I'm not going to buy this game because it does. You're asking people to buy a battle royale. That is a ludicrous statement to make in 2025 of trying to sell somebody, hey, buy our battle royale game.
I would say like Matt's doing his thing in his head. Like, I wouldn't even say it's a thing of like battle royales. Like, I think live service games is another thing. Like, are we all playing Outriders still?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
All right. Sure. The quality of the game still matters. I'm not saying and I'm not saying Outriders is terrible, but like,
no, it was a solid 7. Yeah.
that is that is a very big nuance to this conversation, is the quality of game at when we talk about Outriders. A lot of times you have to go back to that game wasn't great, and Game Pass itself doesn't make games a success or a failure. It's just part of whatever formula you want to make to whether a game is a success or a failure, right? Because we talk about Clear Obscure. I vehemently believe Clear Obscure still would have been a great success even if it wasn't on Game Pass. It didn't need Game Pass to be a success. Every time that game was shown at a conference, people looked at it and it was one of the most exciting things it's the things people walked away. One of the games people walked away with, like, oh, that looks really good every time.
Yeah, great. 100%. I think it's the quality of the game is obviously the key indicator, but the quality of the game is also the key indicator of how much money you're going to get paid. And I think that's the problem. That's the problem with game devs. Again, I've been around developers now for a really long time. Everyone thinks they have the best game ever.
Yep.
Doesn't matter who. I've interviewed devs. They think that their game is the most approachable game ever, the most beautiful game ever. It doesn't matter on whatever level you're at, AAA all the way down to indie, right? Like, they believe that their thing is great, and yeah, that's a great thing to have sometimes, but you got to be realistic. It doesn't have a mass appeal to a market where it can make money, and that's where the money then gets brought in. Like, simple as.
Yeah, there's also the distinction of developer and publisher, where certain publishers aren't looking at the whole cost of the game or just the cost from whatever their deal works out with the developer. You go back to the Outriders case, it seems like with Outriders that there was a set amount of sales they needed for the developers to get a bonus, and they didn't hit that sales, but they had that many players. And so there's that conversation that goes into it as well for certain developers. And if you're on the indie side, there's probably more of a inline agreement with the developers to be more pro-developer. Not the case for every indie publisher, but that is what I would assume is more the case with a lot of the indie publishers out there. So that could go into whatever the agreement is. There's like a lot of nuances to this that also, without knowing all the information, it's just sort of hard to pinpoint anything.
Yeah. Fair enough, boys. Fair enough. There was something else I wanted to bring up. Something else come out the other day, and I can't remember it now. I had it in my head a second ago.
About Game Pass?
It wasn't about Game Pass, but it was about something else. It was something, I can't remember where it was now.
Game sales.
Yes, it was game sales. It was Colin Moriarty talking. Thank you. It was Colin talking about Final Fantasy 16 only selling 100,000 copies on Xbox. And him. I don't know. Did any of you see this clip?
No.
I saw people talking about it, but I.
Okay, so yeah, the clip was pretty much him talking about how pretty much he was pretty on the money about a lot of things. So he spoke about how Xbox have they have not, what's the word I'm looking for? Not controlled, not manipulated. That's not the right word. Conditioned. Thank you. Has conditioned their players to not buy games because of services like Games with Gold back in the day, and then also that's not him, but I'm just paraphrasing here. Sure. With Games with Gold and now with Game Pass, like they've always had systems in place that have incentivized you to not necessarily buy games constantly. Where PlayStation, remember, Games with Gold was before PlayStation, and now obviously PlayStation Game Pass is obviously the spearhead for the industry right now. And he was saying that if you look at the difference between when Forza launched on PlayStation and sells crazy numbers, and then look at what happens with Square Enix when they put a game on Xbox and it only sells 100k, he was saying, and this is the only part I disagreed with, but he was saying that it was pointless porting those games over to Xbox. It was a waste of money and a waste of time for Square Enix, and that's where he lost me. But I thought it was an interesting discussion nonetheless.
Yeah. I mean, it's a waste of if you were to view it came out so late compared to the original launch. It's weird. It's like hard.
But the conversation there is Forza came out 5 years later.
Sure, but then you go all the way back to Tomb Raider that launched first on Xbox and launched on PlayStation and didn't do super well on PlayStation also. It's like it's launching late on a platform is just, if you're a super niche like Forza where people have been wanting to play those games but haven't been able to, I feel like that conversation changes a bit. I think the Forza comparison there is a little unfair to that situation.
Yeah. My takeaway is as well, I don't think it's a case of, I feel like there is an element of Xbox gamers specifically being conditioned to maybe not buy games as much. But I would also say that Xbox gamers are also a little bit more conditioned now to play games on other platforms first.
Facts.
Like, we are conditioned to play on PC for earlier. We are conditioned to just, we are conditioned to be the multi-platform gamers now, rather than it being like that whole, like, you have to pick a console and stick with it, where, like, I will play a game wherever. I think there's still an element of, like, there is still an element of gamers who will be like, yeah, I'm only playing my Xbox and that's it, or I'll only play my Switch and that's it. But I feel like, yeah, we are a little bit more open. Just like, if I want to play the next Final Fantasy game, I'll just play it on PC. I'm not going to wait until it finally comes to Xbox.
Yeah, I get you. I think it's that, but it's still Xbox's conditioning though, right?
Yeah. But I think
they're missing out on so many titles, especially JRPGs and things of that nature, where they're like, oh, we have to go and buy an Xbox because, a PlayStation, because I want to play Final Fantasy and not get spoiled. Or, Persona, insert any other game here. Digimon, I know Chris loves that. Like, those games were just not launching day and day. So we were conditioned of like, okay, we're going to have to, we love this ecosystem, we love this box, we love what we're doing here, but we're going to have to own something else because we know we're going to miss out on great experiences.
Yeah, but to also like view why Xbox got there also, you have to go back to early Xbox One days or even the 360 days. If it wasn't like a big AAA game, or if it wasn't a like Gears of War, Halo, and Xbox tried putting out a lot of first party titles, Xbox players wouldn't buy them, right? This has been a thing for Xbox for a very long time. If it wasn't Halo or Gears of War or Fable or something like that, people just didn't, not to say they didn't care, but it wasn't something that appealed to that audience. Like, you can go all the way back to Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon didn't sell very well. It's people love it. People that love JRPGs love the game. It just didn't perform well on the platform. And so Xbox had to figure out a way, how do we make those games that we get, or those games that we can bring to our platform now on Game Pass, how do we make that a viable thing for our company, that the platform still looks good and people still want to play our platform, but don't force them to buy it, because historically we haven't been able to necessarily do that. And I think they stopped playing the game of like, oh, we're going to keep trying to sell you these games, to like, we're going to put them in a service and sell you the service instead.
Yeah, absolutely. But just to rebuttal, 100,000 copies at whatever the price was, I think it worked out to be about 5 million. That's not chump change, even for just a port. So yeah, not bad.
It also sets up the Final Fantasy player base that's kind of been missing from Xbox for a while to sort of start being there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'd be more interested to see what this looks like when Final Fantasy VII drops.
Yeah, I agree. My instinct was like, it is comparing apples and oranges, right? Comparing a Forza port to PlayStation to comparing a Final Fantasy port to Xbox, and like, that Forza game is considered like one of the greatest racing games of all time. I'm not sure people are saying Final Fantasy 16 is.
I think
it's a good Final Fantasy game. Maybe it's top 5, but it ain't the best Final Fantasy game, is it?
It probably has the best opening in a video game ever.
Yeah.
It's just different, right?
I think for people
don't brush over my point, Matt P video ever.
I think for people who would have played that game already had a PlayStation or played it on PC. Where if you look at racing games, people would have bought a PlayStation who are into racing games for Gran Turismo. Whether that game's good or not, would have, because that is a big tentpole, or was. Stead will know more. But we'll know better. Stead will tell us.
Stead will tell us,
at some point. Yeah.
Stead?
It was a big tentpole in racing games at one point, so you still have that fan base there. Whereas, so when Forza comes out, there is that fan base on PlayStation that's like, oh, a good racing game, sure, we'll get it, and then you put it into the ecosystem, and then it starts putting on the charts, and people are like, oh, that's a new game, cool, racing game, oh, it looks good, and it sort of snowballs into that. I don't think you really have that same thing for a Final Fantasy on X right now.
Yeah. There are just way too many factors to like make the comparison, I think. Also just your general install base, right? You have so many more PS5 owners than you have Xbox owners. So whatever percentage of that audience is going to buy a new game that comes to the platform is like so much higher on.
I think you kind of hit the nail on the head there. It's like it's a smaller platform for a niche I say niche franchise, like a niche genre. Like RPGs are like, in the grand scheme of Xbox players who are just buying COD and FIFA, like how many of them are buying a Final Fantasy 16?
Yeah. Final Fantasy is daunting as well. Like,
yeah, like here's a 100-hour game. Crack on. Like, it's the 16th one. How many do I need to play the other ones first?
That was my point. The 16th.
Yeah, but Forza's the 5th one, so it's like, wow.
That's a racing game.
But it's a racing game.
There's no story with that, is there?
I don't know the law. Stead. We're Stead.
What's the Forza lore?
I want to
Stead?
hear Stead's
You
entrance
want to
music
Google
now.
that of like deep info, a deep dive onto the Forza lore.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Haven't said that in a while. Let's jump into what's been in our box. Matt, we'll start with you. We ain't seen you in like 12 weeks. What have you been playing? Wait,
Before
what have I
Matt
missed?
even starts this, I have a question for Matt.
Oh,
And if this answer isn't a simple yes,
oh,
Matt, a
it's
simple
over.
fucking yes.
I'm gonna sit
Lies
back
of
for
P
this one.
DLC, have you played it?
Unfortunately, Cress, it's not a simple yes. The
No,
answer
no,
is yes.
it's yes or no. So you have. And if you tell me you played on cloud gaming, I'm gonna fly over to London and beat the shit out of you.
I did not play the cloud gaming, but what I
Okay.
did do is get very, very, very angry. And it's partly my fault, but it's mostly the game's fault.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So when I initially played Lies of P way back when it launched and beat it, I then jumped into New Game Plus just to get an idea of, oh, this is how this works. Cool. So when I boot up the game, I can't go into the DLC. I need to get to chapter, which I think they changed from chapter 9 to chapter 5.
Yeah, they changed it was 8 to 5, yeah.
And I'm in New Game Plus. So it's not the easiest run of my life. Go on.
I'm gonna stop this conversation. You wanna know what, Matt? I did the same exact thing. You know what I did? Man the fuck up and got to chapter 8 or 9 and played. That's exactly. I wasn't in the New Game Plus. I was late at the start of a New Game Plus, Matt.
So I start Googling. Surely there's a better solution to this problem that I face. Right? What's the major solution that comes up? Knock it down on difficulty. There's difficulty now in Lies of P. Knock it down the difficulty. Get to the chapter you need to get to. Go into the DLC. Okay? But now, I'm running through on the easy difficulty. So I get into the DLC, knock the difficulty back up, and now I'm struggling.
Well, isn't it a hard game? Ain't that the point?
Yeah. Have you heard of getting good, Scrub?
Aren't you an
I just
Elden
want to
Lord?
point out. I think the complaint about it being so deep into the playthrough kind of valid. I don't fully agree with it. Kind of valid. It makes sense where you get access to it for it to be the access, but complaining about the difficulty situation you put in yourself there.
And I'm starting to sort of get to bits now where I'm like, okay, it is affecting more of the rest of the world, but the way the DLC kicks off is so tangential to the main game. I'm like, you should be able to boot this from the main menu.
Can I just say, unless it's so let me ask you this. So I'm not playing, I don't know anything. Do you need is there a weapon, or is there something that happens at the end of the game that makes the DLC you have to
There's
get to
story
that
stuff.
point? Sorry.
There's story stuff that empower
No, but is there
where you get
a
with the
weapon?
DLC.
Oh, is it a weapon or a skill or something like that?
No.
That you need for the DLC? No. It's just narratively is why the DLC unlocks where it unlocks.
I think that should be down to the player to be like, well, I don't care, let me skip.
They changed it to if you are a New Game Plus. If you're a new player, I don't think the story. I disagree. I don't think that narrative works. If it's your first time through and you get to level 1, you unlock that portion of it and you go through it. I don't think that story hits. The story's really good. I think you need that narrative.
I agree with
context for
you.
it.
I agree with you. Now I'm some way into the DLC and I'm seeing that, right? But initially, I've knocked down the difficulty. I'm pissed off. I work my way back through 5 chapters, angry, annoyed. I get to activate the DLC. I activate the DLC. It's tangential. It's weird. I could have got to this through the main menu. This is what's happening in my brain, right, Crash? I'm angry and I'm pissed off about it all.
That's fair.
And
I
so
see your point of view.
It got me in a bad mood.
I see.
And I'm still in a bad mood about it. And it hasn't done anything to pull me back in.
Here's my question. So you're saying that there's a story reason why you need to play the base game to get to that point. Is there a story reason why you can't, as Matt says, have the ability to start it from the main menu if you've completed the game?
No.
Yeah.
No.
You carry your character over.
So
that's the reason.
So that's what I'm saying. Can you not just have that save option of with any New Game Plus option? You can start if you've got a save file that says you've completed the game.
I would assume that the back end doesn't work to support what you want. It would be my assumption. I would assume that the back end, whatever they'd have to do on the back end, would be too difficult to just.
You know
Sounds
what?
like
It could be
that.
cool.
You know
though.
what that sounds like? Lazy development. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Somebody clip it, post it. That's going on YouTube, my Xbox ME page.
It's going on Reddit,
Fuck
boy.
the
You're gonna be
100K, man.
cancelled.
Fuck the
Oh, no.
100K, man. Fuck the
Damn.
100K, man.
He's gonna get another 100K from that.
Yeah.
Because if I had played it on PC, what I immediately would have done is gone and found somebody on Reddit who's gone, "Hey, here's my save file. You can just
Yeah.
That's what people
boot it
do.
from this," and I would have done that, right? Which is
think
what I
I've-
did with Elden Ring for the DLC.
Disgusting. Fake Elden Lord.
That sounds
Phony.
fake.
That actually does change my view of you
That
so
sounds
much,
fake.
man.
You're
Really?
a fake and you're
Yeah.
a phony.
Beat Mog like a proper Elden Lord. I did.
Wow.
Dude,
And
I
I
haven't-
beat Elden
I'll
Ring
be
twice.
honest. I haven't been
Nice.
the DLC yet, so
Don't worry, it's not now. It's
Me
not
neither.
the game of the year
Me
list.
neither.
Sorry
no, I
about
don't think it's going to be mine.
So, and the answer to your question, Crash, have I played Overture? Is yes.
How far did you get?
Not that far. I don't know. Maybe like 4 hours.
Yeah, that's good enough, Matt. You're fine. As someone who does at the moment doesn't have time to play a lot of video games, I'm with you, Matt. 4 hours is a great
4
amount of
hours is
time.
also like about the time for a Souls-like game that you need to set like real opinions for it. You know, that's about right, Fix. That's about what you need to know if it's
Yeah,
a game
you
of
want
the
to
year.
put it.
Mhm.
It's under
I
Game of the
think, I
year.
think it can make number 4 on your game of the year list if you put 4 hours and you like it. Honestly,
Yeah.
You don't even need to
I
complete
don't
the game.
think so.
Mm.
No.
But
definitely
yeah,
not.
like you know what I mean, Crash, where you're just like in a bad mood.
I get it
and I'm
because
like,
it frustrated
I-
you, and it's already a difficult game. I fully get your perspective.
yeah, and I'm like, you know, you're in the zoo, and I'm like, this is cool. I can appreciate this is cool, but also fuck this gorilla.
Fuck this game.
And-
Fuck the gorilla.
Fuck this game,
Oh,
kangaroo,
this gorilla.
and fuck this game. You know,
It
So,
does
yeah.
because I get it because the game also puts you. It's difficult from the
Yeah.
get-go. So I get what you're saying. That's also another reason you probably wouldn't want to have it be startable from the main menu.
I get it.
I think
get
as
it.
well.
I have
I
a
get it.
question for you, Crash, specifically. Maybe Matt can answer this as well. Fix, shut up. Is this going to be a contender for Game of the Year? The DLC.
For my personal list, maybe. For the actual game of the year, I think it's similar to Shadow of the Erdtree, where I don't think it does enough. It doesn't like it's not Cyberpunk, Phantom Liberty
Okay.
levels of like addition to the game for me to go and be like, oh, this is up for game of the year for me. I don't think I'd be arguing for my
Okay.
Xbox Ame's game of the year.
I was going to say my main question for that is like, do I need to go and try it? Because I went back to Liza P early this year and enjoyed it, but then it dropped off Game Pass, and I didn't get around to picking it up. Do I need to pick them up? Because I know they're on
Like
deal.
a conditioned Xbox player that you are.
Like a busy mother flipper that I am.
No. Your time isn't what got taken into account here. It's the fact that it left Game Pass.
True, you're right. Yeah, like a conditioned Xbox
I-
player. Do I need to become a PlayStation fanboy and just buy the game?
I mean, I'm not saying anything.
Specifically for the Game of the Year discussion. Do I need to
No.
put some time into
For
that?
the game, no. I think the DLC has a very like it's a much stronger story than the base game, and I already like the narrative of the base game, but it's a much stronger story. So off that, like I'd recommend it, but I don't think it's a requirement.
Does Mickey Mouse show up?
Cool. Amen. So you know what? Like
Wow.
side tangent story. You know what ruined Liza P for me a little bit?
Mickey
What?
Mouse.
When I realized you can actually make out the font and you can actually read it if you pay attention to it.
What?
So
What?
you know the
robot talking.
the robot talk, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. You could.
Yeah. If you pay attention, if you like look at it properly, you can actually make out what they're saying.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Why's that a bad thing?
it's not about the whole. I don't want to get into story stuff, but there's a
Why?
background
The game's like a year later.
because I don't know all the full story yet, and I don't want anyone
Well,
to
you,
say
you
anything.
can't tell me. You can't tell me what you know. Don't ask them any information.
Well, it basically like it seems like the robots are like saying that they're not the bad guys,
Oh,
and you can kind of make that out in what they're saying.
interesting. I think they are the bad guys, though.
It's an interesting theory, T-Spawn. Interesting theory.
I played it, just so we're all aware.
Really?
Game of the year.
I played it when it came out.
No,
Was it
yeah,
He's not- we're
he's
talking
not
about
talking
this.
about the DLC. He's not
Oh,
talking
I
about
played
these.
it.
No, the
Yeah,
base
yeah.
game.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh no.
The other thing I played was a thing Fixer was supposed to have played.
Oh, fuck off.
I went to the
Ooh.
Battlefield 6 multiplayer reveal event in London, and was like looking around because I was like, MC Fix is supposed to be here. I messaged him on Discord and said we should team up. To which, by the way, he big manned me and was like, hell no, I'm teaming up with my influencer friends. I was like, oh, fine.
What got said?
Wait,
That's
wait, wait.
nah.
No.
Let
First,
me bring.
Matt,
I'm bringing
First,
receipts.
I just want to put this into context. Fix says, I'm playing with my big friends. You're my influencer friends. I'm not playing with you. You're too small fry for me. Get away from me, little shit. That's what he says verbatim. And then he doesn't get to go because his flight gets canceled. I'm just saying that seems like
I was a little smug. I was very tempted to take the set. I wasn't allowed to take photos of the screens, but I wanted to take a selfie with me, playing it with the controller and send it to him.
Let me read the messages.
Oh, yeah, go on.
I'll be at the Battlefield 6 event with Jules on Thursday. We should try and get a squad together, so I can carry you. Ha ha ha. I'm going with P Money, but yeah, 100%. Let's make it happen. Ha ha ha. Oh, I see. Dumping me for your famous friends, yeah?
ooh, okay.
I misread the 100%. Let's make it happen bit, I guess.
Me. He's the reason I'm going. So, eyes. You didn't get me invited as a +1. Didn't get a response.
Who's big time who there?
It was
who
definitely
big time
Matt's at
too?
fault. Matt's at fault for sure. Because Matt completely misread it.
Oh,
and
I
started,
mean-
like creating drama out of nothing.
I'm just going to put it out there. Neither me or Crash got a +1 invite to any of these events. So what
That's
the hell?
a good point.
LA is not that far away from New York.
There was an event in New York.
There was an event in New York.
Wow.
Was Crash's invite? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, where's my invite for the event? You
I
didn't
don't know
go
if it was
to.
New York. I think it might have been LA, honestly.
It was
I
LA.
don't
Yeah,
actually
it was
know.
LA.
They
It
don't
was
do a
LA.
lot of events in New York. It's too expensive for a game.
Yeah,
Let's be
it's the wrong side of the
real.
country.
Anyway.
Look, Matt, I've got real questions for this. So I've got real
Yeah.
questions. Number one, how was the actual event? Because it looked amazing.
The actual event was very cool. Like, look, it was well, yeah. How honest do you want me to be here?
I want you to
Fix?
be honest.
Okay.
honest.
No, it was very cool. It was, there was like Nando's were there doing like Battlefield themed food. That was cool. Battlefield themed food, not really. There's the Battlefield themed truck that they were serving normal Nando's food out of. There was a camo wear store. You could just go and get camo clothes, and then they'd like print. Well, they started printing gamer tags on there. And then quickly had to reverse that because it was taking them too long. And they were like, we'll just put a Battlefield sticker on it for you. Not a sticker, like a print thing. I got the hat somewhere. So yeah, that was cool. And then, yeah, we sat down. They just streamed the LA event to the London event. So we watched that.
Like they
and
do,
then,
yeah.
and then got like loads of, pretty much as much hands-on time as you wanted. Like I was busy doing a lot of on-camera interviews with people, with developers. And so I didn't get a chance to play loads. But it seemed like there was enough sort of time for people to get significant hands-on time, which is cool.
And what you did play, you enjoyed?
Yeah, look, I like this is something that I found quite interesting, right? Like I was really trying to get at the developers, like what here is new? What sets this aside? And the boilerplate line I got from all three developers that I interviewed, who all had very different functions within the team, was destruction. Destruction, this level of destruction is new. This tactical destruction is new. To me, and I'm not a huge Battlefield person, but it just looked like more Battlefield and it felt like more Battlefield. Like, I'm not sure I was doing anything that I couldn't have done in other Battlefields. Now, look, people who are really into these games might tell me I'm ludicrous and I have no idea what I'm talking about, which is totally fair. But yeah, like a lot of the stuff they were talking about, throw C4 on the wall and blow out the wall so they've got no cover in that building anymore. Pretty sure I could do that in, Bad Company
Okay.
2.
Here's one for you, though. The problem is, did you play Battlefield 2042? 2045 or whatever.
The last
it was.
Battlefield I spent time in was the World War I one. Was that Battlefield 5? Or
One.
I think
Five?
it'll be 5.
V?
Yeah.
5. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the problem is 2042, the destruction was awful.
Right.
So the problem is they could be comparing it to their latest
that.
game,
Yeah.
which
Fair.
then it would be a huge upgrade in comparisons to that.
Sure.
Is the thing.
And I think they were, nobody wants to say this, like, oh yeah, we really screwed up with our last game, right? That's not what
No,
people were
of
saying,
course.
right? But I think there was definitely a feeling of, no, this time we're doing Battlefield Labs, we're listening to the community, we're constantly making changes. We were talking about it before we went live, started recording. They've made changes since that multiplayer reveal event that are significant, right? Like, so like this game is going to be constantly changing, constantly evolving, and they're really working on like the meta of the game. How do we make people play the objective? How do we make people play as a squad? How do we make Battlefield feel not like Call of Duty, in all the best ways? So, I think we're going to see this game really evolve. And if it captures a streamer audience, I think people are gagging for a new FPS that they want to play. It feels like. So, all the streamers that were there, the Sidemen and everybody else seemed really excited about it, and it seemed genuine. So, who knows? But yeah.
Yeah.
There was one seat missing, a person to play in, and it just had a little plaque that said MC Fixer.
I could have got
That's
a
not
train
true,
in.
but I could have been chilling with the Sidemen, which would have been very cool for me.
I think the biggest thing I've seen, because I've been watching a lot of the events and stuff. I watched the LA event and a lot of the streams over the weekend when it was out. That a lot of the feedback is very much like it just feels like Battlefield should feel, which is what gets me the most excited. Like I know you're saying like it just felt like Battlefield. That is the best compliment I can think to give a new Battlefield. If it feels like a Battlefield should feel.
I don't mean that in a negative way, right?
Yeah.
Like, but like what I do mean is like if you're comfortable in Battlefield, you're going to be very, very comfortable here, right? You're going to know exactly what you're doing. Pacing wise, it felt very Battlefield. Like I'm not sure I'm experienced enough to go like, oh no, the time to kill felt way quicker or slower, or the movement felt way different. Like to me, it just felt like, yeah, this is Battlefield. This is exactly what I expected it to be, and that's good.
Well, lucky for us, lads, we'll be playing this weekend.
Woo!
Woo! Well, 3 of us will. Don't know if Matt will. I don't know what Matt's up to.
I think Matt will.
We'll see.
I can't commit, but I think I can.
Matt just committed completely.
Matt
He
just
said for
that's
sure,
the most
100% I'll be
committal
there.
we've ever got from Matt.
True.
Am I happy?
Crash, what have you been playing?
I've played more Wuchang.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't played too much more from last time I talked about it. I think I still really like this game. I enjoy everything. I don't really have much more to add than last time. Matt, have you played Wuchang yet?
The only time I have played Wuchang is at Summer Games Fest. I was very hungover, and they didn't kick me off, so I played it for about 2.5 hours.
Got it. I'm interested when you play it, what your thoughts are on it.
Yeah, it feels a bit daunting to me. It's quite long, isn't it?
Yes. It seems on the. I don't know around. I think I'm like.
What do we count as
I want
long?
to say. Yeah, that's a very good question.
Great question.
40 hours
Like
is not
40
long.
hours is long.
No, 40 hours is not long.
So
I
how
would say
long
40
to
hours is
beat?
long.
How long to beat as it down as 26
Modern
and
day
a half?
games, no, 40 hours isn't long. But like personally, 40 hours
40 hours is not long.
Go on, Despawn.
it is.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, how long to beat? Great website. 26 and a half hours for main objectives, or if you want to do 100%, about 45 and a half.
That's not too bad. That's not as bad as I thought.
I had an extra 10 for the terrible hit collision.
It's not.
Yeah, have you heard these take on this?
I'm joking.
He hates it.
I'm not a fan.
Isn't it?
To be fair, I've seen other people say the same thing, but I think it's just people not wanting to get used to a new game, new systems, and wanting it to play like what they've experienced already.
Yeah,
that was like
Which
some
is
of the
fair.
major,
I think that's
some of the major stuff
It's
I
not
heard
what I
was
want
like,
from the
yeah, like, oh, the parry is blocked behind here, and the skill tree, and blah 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 blah. It's just,
I don't mind
just
that.
different.
yeah.
Okay. Decent, what you been playing?
Have a guess.
Grounded.
Yeah, well, Grounded 2 specifically. Yes.
So yes, of
Yeah,
course,
I am up to 48 hours in the game now, which is a lot
Damn.
for an early access game. I haven't even built
Yeah.
a second house yet.
Damn.
Yeah,
Are you still enjoying it?
very much so. I mean, to be fair, quite a bit of my time recently has been just for getting footage for gaming videos and all the guides and stuff that we've been putting out. But even so, I'm still enjoying finding all the secrets. Like, there's still secrets I've come across that I've not made stuff for yet, and I'm excited to see where that leads. And yeah,
Another
I'm very
100k,
excited.
hopefully.
I mean, yeah, like I know there's an update coming soon, and there's a lot of stuff that I'm very excited for that dropping. So yeah, so like I can see me jumping in and out of this game for like the next year at least, for sure.
That's good. I mean, a year. Yeah, I still need to play it. I was meant to download it. I realized I don't have Game Pass. I went to download it and I don't have Game Pass. And I was like, do I need it? Do I care? Yeah, I probably should.
Yeah.
I want to play Grounded. I want to play
Like
Grounded.
Grounded.
2. No,
We'll do
I'm
it.
not buying it.
We'll set up a shared world. It'll be great.
It's a crazy statement. I'm not buying the game. Crazy statement.
I'm not.
If we had a
But
shared
why is
world,
that-
though, you'd just jump into it and do it all for us, despawn, and then we'd be like, ah.
I mean,
We
you could
wouldn't.
just jump
It's
into my
not
world.
you.
Yeah.
You would
Me.
do that.
Yeah, you
What are you on about?
You would do that. Crash would do that 100%, by the way.
What?
But you would
Just
do
jump in,
that.
just jump
Go
in,
and
build
play?
everything, and leave the world without you. Yeah. Like, I'll set up a shared world we can all
Oh.
jump in. I don't mind.
If I want to play the game and we have a shared world, I will get on and play the game. I want you to know that.
That's
That's
fine.
not what I'm saying.
Then what are you saying? I'm confused. Oh, like I set up the world and then we start playing and then I'm just like, I'm done. I'm out.
Pretty
Is that
much.
what you
That's
said?
kind of why. That's
I mean,
kind
if I
of
don't
where I
feel
was
like
alluding
playing,
to.
don't make me host the world if I don't feel like
Yeah.
playing.
That's more than what I was alluding to.
Yeah, no, I
So-
agree. Yeah, no,
because-
absolutely.
Because we're getting close to the end of the year now, like we're like 4 months away. Like, I have to ask: are early access games applicable for Game of the Years?
Yes.
Oh.
Have we ever done game early access game?
I don't
Well,
know
then-
that many that have
Early
been
access.
good enough for.
I don't.
a Game of the Year.
Here's my argument on. Well, we can have an argument and discussion about this.
I think we should. Have a
I would
discussion
say
about this at some point.
no.
Okay.
Because then it's when it's fully out and fully done. It's
Mhm.
not like the full package isn't going to be available for that
True.
because we can't put it up a second time. I think that's.
Mm.
I guess we if we count
don't know.
DLC,
The issue
I
is-
don't know. Yeah.
You can't be putting in expansions and not putting early access. Now, the question is, I think
Okay.
you rate it off of
On
the
its
time
current
it
state.
released in early access.
So off of that
You
and
don't get
not all
another
the.
chance. So when it comes in 2027 and it's fully released and 1.0 blah 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 blah, too late, mate.
I guess
Too
I
late.
guess
You
we
put
choose.
it out there for us to judge. You put it out there for
Yeah.
us to judge. It's out there. Done.
What's that?
That's my opinion. That's my opinion. You want to go against it, Matt? Feel free.
I kind of do. Like, I think, like, Game of the Year is the game of that year, right? And so if, like, Grounded is something that Despawn puts 100 hours into, even if it's Grounded 1, right? Let's pretend Grounded 2 doesn't exist. If Despawn puts 100 hours into Grounded this no, actually, no, I disagree with what I'm saying. Rory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it has to.
No.
If whatever whenever it was available to play, I think it should be applicable.
That's when it's available to be judged is when it's available to be in a list.
Yeah.
Simple as. Now,
Yeah,
when
disagree.
next year comes and it's the best game ever, which it won't be, but when that's the case, too late, mate.
It would be for you.
MXM,
So he's gonna
It
feel
will
the
be for me. Like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say,
Maybe
yeah.
for you, but that's
like
I said, what I think we should do is we should do some categories. So we should do our top 10 episode.
Well, I
And
was actually going to bring this up after this because I've been thinking about some stuff for.
Ooh.
I'm going to start putting stuff up on the Discord and making a channel with different
Ooh.
categories for different games. Yeah. I just want to plan it out more with you boys and start talking it through with what exactly I have planned for that.
That's exciting.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I've only been playing Rainbow Six Siege. I think I'm done.
Really?
Yeah. So okay. So the issue is, obviously I've been away for 2 weeks, so I've not played it for 2 weeks, which means you might as well be starting again. So the problem is I'm going back into games and I'm getting my absolute butt kicked. There is a big issue with the game's elo right now, where normal players are getting put in with champs and getting put in with emerald players and things like that, and that's all needs fixing. Ranks right now is full of cheaters. Like every other game, you are getting a cheater in ranked right now, and it's just making the game super unpleasant to play. I did a Rainbow UB stream the other day, and I went 0 for 7 on the stream. I got killed by a cheater on the UB channel 7 times. And everyone's literally sitting there watching me like, report him. And I'm like, I don't know if this is a great look for me. Like, I don't know what to do in this scenario, you know? Because like, it's one of those ones. So yeah,
I mean,
it was so obvious they were cheating.
Yeah.
It was so obvious.
Yeah.
They were 15-0.
Yeah, I mean, the answer is just like, look how easy it is to report people in our games.
Sure, but then it also, it's a whole different thing.
I know.
Yeah, but no, I'm so I'm back playing a little bit of roleplay, little bit. But Mafia comes out Friday, Battlefield comes out this weekend.
Well,
I'm
Battlefield's
good. I've
tomorrow.
got plenty coming.
Matt,
The early
Battlefield's
access is tomorrow.
early access tomorrow, yeah.
Mhm.
So as of recording, ladies and gentlemen, peek behind the curtain. We're recording this on Wednesday, and
I
therefore the
didn't
Battlefield
realize it was
early access
tomorrow.
beta
Yep.
launches on the 7th.
So we're streaming
Um,
tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Where
Yeah.
the foop is the hype for Mafia? Why is nobody talking about Mafia? Am I the
think
only
they
one who's
made-
not seeing it?
No, I'm super. No, there is no hype for it. I think they made a big oopsie.
What was the big upsie?
They've come out and shared the game time of
Mhm.
how long it takes to beat, which is 10 hours. Which
That's the last
people are
thing I
now,
heard about it.
and now people are doing the old $50 for 10 hours. That doesn't. Mafia 1, Mafia 2 were the exact same length, which are some of the best Mafia games. Nobody had a problem with it then, but the problem is it's come out front and center now of how, because the problem is they've priced it appropriately for what they've made, but in doing that, it has left the door open for people to question why it's priced so cheap.
Yeah.
And I think that is why people are not as hyped for it.
Interesting.
I don't think that's fair.
I'm really excited to see how it reviews.
Don't matter if it don't sell well.
Well, I don't disagree with that sentiment, I guess, but yeah, like
We all like to
should
see
be
a big
really excited
number
to see
go
what
up, right?
Yeah, and I'm not sure that's true. Like, if it reviews really, really well, it'll have a longer sale tail than if it reviews mediocrely. Mediocrely, not a word, but we're running with it. Like I think Clear is an example of a game that had some hype around it before it launched, but not loads, and
You're
then
wrong.
reviewed really, really well and went.
It had loads, and it got
that
even
game
more
had
hype.
loads.
Yeah.
That game never stopped having hype.
Yeah. Every time it was like, oh, this is so cool. Every time they showed
wasn't.
anything,
I
people
wasn't
went,
hyped.
yeah, you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got
but
bad takes,
you
Matt.
wasn't.
You're
I
well
remember when
known
they
for the bad
showed
takes.
the overworld map. People were so excited about it having an
Mhm.
overworld map like that.
Yeah, seeing
Okay,
Esky bouncing
fair
around
enough.
that map, I was like, I'm day one.
Fair enough. I wasn't in that world of people, I suppose.
And the thing like I brought up last week, Matt, which was algorithms have changed the game, baby.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
algorithm might not be showing hype for Mafia, but somebody who's clicked Mafia
Somebody's
4 or 5 times, all they get is Mafia. Me?
Mhm.
Do you know what I get on my TikTok now? Fucking
Grounded 2.
Grounded 2 videos.
Yeah.
Fucking every 2 seconds. And you know why? They keep liking the MXM ones like an idiot. I need to stop because it's literally, I'm like, I don't care.
I
Scroll,
was
scroll,
scrolling
scroll.
through my
I
YouTube
don't
shorts once,
care.
and I heard Despawn's voice in a grounded short, and I was so thrown off by it.
I was like, wait, what? Where's it? How did you get here? Yeah. You're welcome, by the way. You know.
No, we appreciate you. We do appreciate you.
Yeah.
Let's get through the news real quickly, boys. First story this week on this week's dashboard. Microsoft announced the Xbox Game Pass August 2025 games. Must be a slow news week if we're doing this. Wave 1, August. We have got Rain World coming August 5th on cloud, console, and PC. With it being on Game Pass Standard. I hate to read that part, but I have to. Citizen Sleeper 2 is coming August 6th, which will be on Standard as well. Lonely Mountain Snow Riders 6 on Standard. Mecha Warrior 5 Clans August 6th on Standard. Orcs Must Die Death Trap August 6th on Standard. Assassin's Creed Mirage, cloud, console, PC, August 7th on Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. Aliens Fireteam Elite is coming to console and PC August 7th on Game Pass Ultimate, Game Pass PC, and Game Pass Standard. 9 Kills game preview, which we'll be judging heavily on this podcast because it's preview game, on Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. Mirage is the big one there, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say, just a quick one, because I've not heard of... the one game I've not really heard on this list is Rain World. I'm just watching the trailer now, and everyone who's watching this on video, you should check it out on YouTube. It's giving me Animal Well vibes, which was a big indie game like last year.
Yeah, people loved Animal Well. I
yeah.
haven't heard of Rain World either, though.
Oh,
No.
Animal Well. I thought you said Animal World, and I was like,
No, Animal Well.
clue what that is.
Yeah, no, it's
Animal
giving me
Well,
like kind of like a cross between that and, do you remember Fez?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's giving me those kind of like cross between those two vibes.
I know Lonely Mountains is good.
Yeah, like the
Citizen
Lonely Mountains
Sleeper
series.
2. Citizen Sleeper 2 is a Game of the Year contender for a lot of people. Not for me and you, Fix, because it's too much ready. But yes, people love Citizen Sleeper, and Citizen Sleeper 2 was very, very well received.
Oh, it came out this year.
I love it specifically for how well it did in the Fantasy Critic.
Yeah.
I forgot we were doing Fantasy Critic. I probably need to look at that.
Yeah, you probably
Oh,
did.
you forgot.
Wuchang didn't do as good as I thought it would do, or I hoped it would do, which is unfortunate.
My review brought it down. No.
It was D-Spawn fucked me over. How dare you? I can't believe that.
I actually love the game. I think it's a 10 out of 10, but I can't keep going around telling people that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to win
That
Fantasy
makes
Critic
sense,
out
makes
here.
sense.
Yeah, I'm
Makes
so annoyed
sense.
with Fantasy Critic this year. Like the first year we do it is like mine is like the most polarizing selection of games. It's either 90% or it's been cancelled or postponed to next year.
Yeah. I
And I was
also
just
want
like,
to point
what the
out we haven't done the biggest feature of what we did with our fantasy draft, which is
I know.
challenge people to games. None of us have done it at all.
Yeah.
Wait, when did you pick up Silent Hill F?
Huh?
Despawn?
Oh. Been a
I
while.
want Silent Hill F.
I think that
Wait,
game's
Feels
going to
like
be
a
big.
risk.
I don't think
Really?
that's- Yeah, I think that's going to be. I've heard from
Previews are
the
good.
person who's writing it, who the narrative director of it has done visual novels or something like that are apparently very, very good. So I think Silent Hill F is actually going to be very good.
It's,
Just
from what
quickly,
I've heard of the
just-
previews. Go on, sorry.
So I just wanted to give a quick update on the Fantasy Critic. Despawn Games currently sitting at 105. The Lost Last Games currently sitting at 124 points. Despawn Games Sucks sitting at 114 points.
Oh.
And Fixer's Grindhouse is sitting at 83. I'm doing terrible.
Yeah, you need to get some games, mate. I'll start challenging for some games.
I am doing
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think, let me be real. If Despawn didn't have like the two tanked picks that he picked, I
Oh.
think Despawn would have been crushing it this year.
Yeah.
I got Silk
Yeah.
Song. I
Yeah.
don't remember getting Silk Song. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, someone will challenge you for that, I'm sure.
I might have to. I don't think I got a choice.
I think you
Yeah,
have
you're going to have to start challenging
people.
picks. You're done for otherwise.
I'll be honest, I might have to just swap Art of Shinobi with him, like Art of Vengeance for Silk Song.
Here's
Mate,
the
well,
thing.
you're not busy this week. Maybe I'll do it for Battlefield. I'll just challenge him in Battlefield this
Ooh.
weekend. Who gets the most kills in the match?
Oh, God. I'll play the game.
I mean,
Oh, you ain't got a choice.
yeah. You know the rule, though, Fix. The official rule is you can't like, oh, I'm challenging you. There has to be an official video posted on our socials.
Yeah, I've got you. Don't worry.
Calling
I got
out
you. Don't
who
worry.
you're challenging and what you're challenging for.
I got you. Don't worry. I'm okay. I thought First Berserker was going to do so much better than it has.
Yeah.
So annoying. And no, it's Civ actually. Civ.
Yeah, Civ.
Civ. Oh
Civ
my
screwed you.
God.
Civ screwed you. Yeah.
Civ with a 9
Rough.
points is crazy. Yeah, the last game I had on here that got points was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, which did 83, which got me 13
bad.
points.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's not good
Sure.
for Fix. That
No,
if Fix had a solid base, he would have been completely fine with that. But his base his base was kind of like
Yeah.
It's weird though, because I had Claire Obscure. That did,
Yeah.
I think that's got the most points out of anything, right?
Yeah, 92. Yeah, wow. 24 points.
24 points. If I didn't have that, I would have been in big trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, I've screwed myself. There's a couple of games on my list I do not think are going to come out this year still.
What would they be?
I don't think Light No Fire is coming out this year now.
Yeah, I agree.
Ooh.
yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
Maybe it'll be early access if it releases early access and have review scores. I think they count that. I think those count if I'm not mistaken.
If they put a score against it, but not a lot of publications put a score against early access.
Just like MXAM doesn't.
MXM do not put score against early access games. Yeah,
That's fair.
Mhm.
yeah. Didn't forget. We just don't do it.
I think
No, I
I'm
actively
gonna be real.
didn't.
I
Go
think Matt wins this
Do you
year.
think Matt's winning this year?
I need to make some
Yeah.
more picks if I'm going to win.
I mean,
I think with what you have, you end up in first place right now.
Do you think?
Yeah, and you have another
Donkey
3 free
Kong was
slots.
huge.
yeah, Donkey Kong
Yeah,
was a
that
good
was
show.
23 points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Donkey Kong was huge.
I think you'd have to have Ninja Gaiden, Witchbrook, and Hollow Knight all score really poorly. for you
Which
to-
might not hit.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
really?
that's a
I think
risk.
that's one's
I
gonna
think
be
that's a
delayed.
risk.
Oh, you think it might get delayed?
Yeah.
I'm looking
Maybe I
forward to
shouldn't have
that.
said that out loud. I should have hyped it up really much, and then somebody
Somebody
challenged me for it.
Sucker.
Yeah.
Like, purposely losing the game. Throw the challenge. The drama.
Let's not
the drama.
forget that Chris had Fragpunk though. Yeah, he got 4 points. Just remember.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
I had 2 fuck ups here.
Mhm.
Wuchang and fucking Fragpunk. I thought all I wanted was 10 points out of Fragpunk. I was like, Fragpunk can give me 10 points. No, not even close. Horrible pick.
Horrible. I mean, Matt
so-
did have Atomfall as well.
Yeah, you did. There is a thing on one of these lists that I'm not going to say out loud, but I think I'm going to lock it in as a counter pick, because I don't think it's going to be as good as people think it's going to be. That's all I'll say.
Is it on my list? If it's on my list, I can guess what it is.
I'm not saying.
I think it's on mine, and I think it's Metal Gear.
Just counterpick it. Counterpick it right now.
Counterpick it right now. Well, it won't go through until the weekend.
I need to know.
You'll find out over the weekend.
DM me. Just DM me. No, it's one of those things where I just need to know.
You need to know. I mean, yeah, I'll definitely tell you after the podcast, and I won't let it eat away at you all week.
Oh, you're going to let it eat away at me? You're a piece of
All
work.
right, let me move on. Story number 2, Call of Duty QA win first union contract with Microsoft after 3 years. This has got Despawn written all over it. Despawn, talk to me.
Huh? I didn't put this on here, but I'm glad it is on here. So yeah, this is basically it's your typical story. Union workers fighting for rights. They finally have them. So this is the QA team specifically at Ravensoft. Their union has been officially recognized by Microsoft, has been for a little bit, but they've finally got a contract in place with them. So I mean, I can quickly read the press release if you like.
Please.
I will. All right. So, after more than 3 years of organising and bargaining, seeing it finally pay off feels incredible, said bargaining committee member and QA tester Erin Hall in a statement. From day one, we made it a priority to include every voice in the room, and the contract we came out with reflects what we need: better pay, real career paths, and protection from burnout. It's a contract that actually values the work that QA does. Proud of what they accomplished, and yeah, basically this guarantees all workers in the union 10% wage increases over 2 years, plus additional raises through merit and promotions, restrictions on mandatory overtime, layoff protections, expanded disability accommodations, and more.
Well, congratulations to them. Hopefully, more teams follow suit and get what they deserve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So. Are Microsoft in a position to be able to just be like, no, we're not doing this?
Yeah.
They could have, right?
I mean...
They could have. Well, they let it through, and then they did, spend a lot of time arguing that contract. That's what's been happening.
The 3 years has been the contract.
Yeah, because they've been like, yeah, you guys can have a union. They weren't union busting and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Not like some companies that have been floating around in the news recently. Which I don't think we're talking about. We've mentioned it off podcast, but yeah. Briefly, IGN fired a bunch of people.
Oh, yes.
They were all specifically union members.
Yep.
Not saying it's union busting, but if the hat fits.
Look, next time Microsoft has layoffs, maybe that point will become relevant again.
Maybe. I mean, we'll find out in 2 weeks, because it seems to be the kind of cadence nowadays, doesn't it?
Don't say that. Don't say that. All right. Last story this week is from EA, and they have announced that Sims 5 is not in the plans. In a recent interview with Variety, EA president Lauren Despawn, help me. Miel, thank you. Addresses growing speculation about The Sims 5. She clarifies that while the next generation of Sims is in development, the company has taken a careful approach. Quote, "What I wouldn't want to happen is for you to have to start from day zero and give up all of the content you've purchased. Since the launch of Sims 4, there's been 85 DLC packs, including expansion, game packs, and themed kits." This kind of makes me sad, I'll be honest. As someone who enjoys The Sims, I was hoping for a Sims 5. I find this strange that EA is coming out and saying things like this. Because isn't this their entire business model?
Yeah. So this is the weird thing, right? Like, EA have been making some really interesting consumer-friendly moves recently. Obviously, the lab situation and a lot of early access playtesting to make sure that the games are right when they launch. The way that they're talking about this, there is going to be a new Sims coming, but the way that they're wording it is very much like, maybe you'll be able to take all of your purchases with you.
So you think we're getting The Sims?
Well,
and then it's like you be a building with their Assassin's Creed portal thing. You think we're gonna get that with The Sims, and then you can bring everything in?
I think that's probably more likely than anything else. I mean, the thing is, obviously, for those who live in a rock, Sims 4 went free to play
Yes.
So they have like a new base model for that of like you can get access to the game for free, but DLC is obviously extra. Maybe we'll see something along those lines, but they'll let you like carry over old DLC.
Matt, you are nodding a lot like a bobblehead. What do you think?
Yes, the next things from The Sims will be called The Sims, and it will be an everything portal. It's interesting to know whether or not like they'll be like, yeah, Sims 4 and all of your DLC, it lives within The Sims, but you boot into a separate thing. But The Sims looks and feels a bit different and has some new stuff and a lot less stuff. Because, you know, it's interesting that she says you wouldn't want you to start from day zero and lose a load of the content that you've got. It's like, well, that's exactly what happened between Sims 3 and 4, right? Like Sims or Sims 2 and 3 even.
Yeah, 2, 3, 3, 4.
Yeah, like that's the Sims model. Like obviously gaming's changed a lot, and so it makes sense for them to have this kind of like hub that's ever expanding and ever living. But we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
I also kind of have like this just sneaking suspicion that they were working on a Sims 5 because we did have like the rumors and stuff like that, and that it was going to be an online always experience. And they probably stepped back on that. And I don't think specifically with Sims, it's so big with modding and stuff like that. I don't think you can have a Sims game and have it be an online only experience that you cannot mod, because I don't think that game would have the longevity that it needs.
Yeah,
So I think they probably went back to the drawing board and they're like, it also doesn't make sense for our players because we're forcing them to move over. On top of that, we'd be forcing them to move over. And not only are we comparing the new game with the base game with all the DLCs, we're comparing the new game with the base game, all the DLCs, and all the mods people have done. People have done their own custom like outfits and stuff like that, but also more expensive mods. Yeah, no, like everything. And so I think this is probably the best move, A, for Sims, and also B, for the Sims players, probably.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know anything. I will put it out there right now. I have got an account for EA's labs. So, but I've never accessed, like, I've not logged into anything, so I don't know if there is anything in there about this, and I couldn't say even if there was. But I could imagine that something like this would come to a labs scenario. Like, it'd be like, we're going to test porting old DLC into a new platform and let you test it out and see if it works properly, and then eventually it'll launch. Like, it is weird to be in a situation in the world where, like, EA seem to be the best thing for consumers. Not the best. That's hyperbolic.
That's strong, but like,
that's very wrong. Yeah.
They have been more consumer friendly than they have been. They've been doing it for a while now, and I do think that it's a slow progression back into the EA that once was, if you will, with the exception of like their sports games, because I'm sure those will never be more friendly. They make too much money.
I think it's just from a company that was like voted back to back as like the worst company in the industry, to them to be making these kind of moves is just it's nice to see. I'm not saying I mean, I'm not saying they're doing it for any kind of like, you know, nice reason. They're doing it so they can make a nice market share, but you know, hey, if we all if we all get the best out of it, then let's go.
Who wants to make a pizza bet?
Go on. I'm always tempted. Will it be resolved within 12 months?
Well, it'll be resolved within whenever The Sims releases.
Oh, so no is the answer. Okay, good.
The Sims is free to enter, but to get all of the benefits of The Sims, you will pay $12.99 subscription.
I'll take that pizza bet. That's not.
I mean, $12.99. Putting that stipulation on yourself is crazy, because then if it comes out at $8.99,
I meant a price. I didn't mean
a monthly subscription. Access all the DLC available in the game, and they sell the DLC separately, or the subscription is the only model.
No, they'll sell you. No, you're going to buy add-ons on top of it, but there's going to be a subscription model.
So there's subscriptions and DLC, separate things. The subscription does not give you access to the DLC. Or you pay the subscription and you get access to all the DLC. I could see that being a thing.
Yeah.
Those two being separate, there's no shot.
I think there will be.
But I want to clarify. But I want to clarify this if you want me to take the pizza bet. If you're not willing to clarify, I'm out.
I don't want it to clarify. Keep your pizza.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm out.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into what's put in that box. Guess that game. Whose turn is it? Despawn, I think it's you.
Hello.
Yep.
Guess that game. It is my turn this week where I will have a game in my mind, which I do. It is actually on my screen. And you guys, 3 this time, for a nice change. All 3 of you will ask me yes or no questions, which I will answer to the best of my ability. Trying to guess what that game is. You have 90 seconds. I'll bring up a clock to ask me those questions. And if you get the game right, you get a point. If none of you get the game right and you're all happy with the answers that I gave, I get a point. And I also have a trivia question.
Hey, let's go.
Just before we go, guys, let's lock in. All right, we don't have the hindrance this week of Despawn asking questions, so let's lock in.
We have a whole new hindrance this week, Matt.
We can do it.
I know
Matt
where you
doesn't even know
work.
the games that have been on, so Matt won't know. Like, can't be this. Well, to be fair, I didn't know when I picked the game a few weeks ago, but that was the point.
Yeah, Matt, I know where you work. I will fight you.
You
Remember.
keep this point from him, he will fight you.
All right, I have my clock. There it is. See that right there? You can see it just there. There it is. Right, we're going to start with Crash, Fix, Matt, in that order.
Never me. I never get to start.
You always start. What are you talking about? All right, in 3, 2, 1.
Xbox Series
No.
console.
Xbox One console.
No.
Xbox 360 console.
Yes.
Major publisher.
Yes.
Capcom.
No.
EA.
Yes.
Is it a sports game?
No.
Is it a good game?
No.
Is it a third-person game?
You can play it in third person.
Is it an action RPG?
No.
Female protagonist?
No.
Create a character?
No.
Is it a modern game? It's set in like the modern setting.
Yeah.
Does it have sequels?
Sci-fi elements?
No.
Is it a narrative-based game?
I wouldn't say
Like,
the
would somebody
narrative is...
play it for the narrative? No.
25 seconds.
So you say it's not a sports game?
I wouldn't class it as a sports game, but we
It's
can
no
argue that.
question mark.
Okay. But is there a new one in the works?
I don't think so.
Would you guess, most people played this on PC?
No. And time, but I will let you all answer a question because you all seem very stuck. And I'm a benevolent god. Yeah, I've got up to godhood now. I don't know why.
I got nothing.
Is it a
I could guess,
racing
but I
game?
don't think it's right.
What was that, Fix?
Is it a racing game?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
Racing,
I'm
okay.
done. I did not
Alright.
have. It's not what I thought it would be. Is it visually very striking?
I'd say so.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's
I don't
such a
know.
stupid question.
I'm gonna like.
That's
It's
such a dumb
it's a video game, aren't they all?
No, but there's like. I think my question is good for my mind, but I don't know if
Okay.
it would be good
Yeah,
for you guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
I
know,
don't even think it's good for
like,
my mind,
That's
but
the question I would have like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Matt's
know.
googling, so I can
You're
see
not
him
allowed to Google,
typing.
Matt.
You're not allowed to Google.
you're
Matt.
not? Okay, fine.
No,
No,
you can't.
are
Google.
100%
I'm just trying to
not
figure
allowed
out if
to
it's
Google.
EA.
You gotta just guess the game.
You just gotta guess
My
the game,
God.
mate. You've got. I mean, you've got a question. You can answer. You can ask another question.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Fuck. I don't know. A racing game.
Yeah, we've already covered that. Yeah.
Right, you got that.
All right. My question is, Despawn, what's the game that you're thinking of?
Yes.
I'll tell you once you give me an answer. Oh wait,
Sick.
it's yes or no. Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes.
All right, you got guesses, boys?
I'll
Sure.
start with my guess because I'm pretty sure it's wrong off of the racing. Mirror's Edge was my guess.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Need for Speed. Hot Pursuit.
Sure. Need for Speed, Most Wanted.
Well,
So dumb, bro. I'm so dumb.
one
Because it was a
person.
racing game, and I'm like, it's
So, yeah.
not in a car.
So here's the
I don't-
thing.
Wait, okay, I'm sorry.
One person is getting a point, and that person is me. Maybe we'll see in the end because the game is Burnout Revenge.
Oh,
Boo.
I mean,
Our
you had
narrative
one of
sequel.
two.
You wrote
I
two
didn't know that was
topics.
EA. I
Yeah,
didn't know
it's
that was
EA.
EA.
What, Crash? Go
This
on.
is fair because our racing game was ass, but our racing game's not sports games.
See, that's why I was like,
well.
I don't know.
That's part of why like I didn't go to fucking. I was like it wasn't a racing game.
Yeah,
Hear me out. If it was Formula One, I'd be annoyed.
yeah, I class that as a sport.
But because
But-
it's not.
Burnout
Okay,
is
great.
knocking
it's-
people off the road. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if it was like one of the fucking NBA Street games, would you have been like, oh, that's a sports game? Well, it's
Yes.
more arcadey, so it shouldn't count as a sport. This
But
is
I
the
would
same
call it a
thing,
sports
no?
game.
Yeah, because you're
But
still
this
playing.
is- this
You
is
still
the
play
same thing,
basketball
no?
on a car. No, this is running people
Just-
off the roads and escaping.
No, it's
cops.
not. You're racing. You're getting first, second, third.
I wouldn't
But
class
is
that.
that
as
a
a
Yeah,
sport?
it's
Is that
arcadey
a
racing.
sport?
Yeah, racing games are sports, no?
Racing is
Racing
a
is
sport.
a sport. Yeah, racing
No,
is 100%.
stop, wait. Legal racing is a sport. In Need for Speed and / Burnout, that's illegal racing, which is not a
it's still a
sport.
sport. It's not an official officiated sport. It's still a sport. If you go and play basketball
Crash,
with
you
your
can
friends
make
in a court,
everything
are
a
you?
sport. At that
Racing
logic.
is considered a sport. Okay, but then why would you consider NBA Street a fucking sport game? Because
That
by
just
your
makes
logic, it's
sense
the
in my
same
head.
thing.
Because
No,
no
I
one's
get
getting
what you're
arrested
saying,
for
but I'm just saying
playing it.
doesn't. I think
About
you
it
clarified
costs.
it's a racing game either way later on. So I think for me, it's like
Yeah, I mean, I
unless one of the
clarified it
other
was a
boys have a
racing
big
game.
issue, I think you get a point. But I'm just saying, like,
I'm with Despawn. I would have probably said it weren't a sport though.
Yeah,
For
that's
the-
why I
for
was
the-
very
for the
iffy about it.
For this
If we didn't-
conversation,
Yeah,
if we didn't clarify it was a racing game, I 100% would have been arguing against
yeah, that's
that
fair.
being a correct
But you
answer,
already,
'cause I
but you
don't
knew
think
it
it's
was a
correct
racing
answer.
game, so
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
my
I
own
think it's
fault.
fine. When you initially said, "Is it a sport game?" My brain immediately went to like, "Oh, this is some Connect bullshit."
no.
This is some
No,
like,
no.
Yeah, that's
Fine.
All right. Do you
Go on,
want,
Deuce, one, hit
your?
me.
So, I don't know how well you guys know the Burnout series, specifically Burnout Revenge, but there are 2 cars that you can unlock in the game by having a save file from an existing EA franchise. Can you name one of those 2 franchises?
good question, Despawn. I wasn't on board with it in the first half, and then you got me.
This is 360 franchise, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get. I have a guess in mind. Can other people take my guess if I say my guess?
yes. So just wait.
I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait.
I mean, right.
I'm writing it down. Just
Everyone, write your answers down. There you go. Somehow, put it on your phone or whatever. Matt's googling again.
I don't know if this will be right. But this
I'm just
is-
trying to see if it's EA. It is, so I'm gonna lock it in, even though I don't feel great about it.
Okay.
I'm locked in.
All right. So you're locked in.
Oh,
Crash has written it down.
wait. So what's the question again?
So in Burnout Revenge, you can unlock a car in the game by having one of 2 save files on your Xbox 360 from an existing franchise.
Okay.
What is one of those 2 franchises?
Okay. I'll go first.
Go on.
Battlefield.
Okay.
It's good answer. I'm gonna say Mass Effect.
Okay.
My guess is Mass Effect as well.
Okay.
That makes way more sense, boys.
Cool.
Well done, boys. Well done.
Well done.
I don't think
well
anyone's
done.
got the point.
No one got a point. No one got a point.
Yeah.
What was
No.
it?
Weirdly, the answer is Burnout 3 was the one game, so the actual franchise.
Oh, you
it's
said
in,
other
yeah.
franchises.
Yeah, I
did.
mean, to be
That-
fair, there is a 3rd one, and you didn't mention that one either. But that one you can unlock in game normally, so I didn't really count that one. That was from Black, if you remember the game Black.
Oh, right.
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
The actual other one I was thinking of though, which is actually listed, is Madden NFL 06.
I
Brilliant.
knew it was gonna be some bullshit like
Some
that.
stupid, yeah.
So dumb.
It's EA,
That's
yeah,
so
yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, but yeah.
It's beyond stupid. I was like, Mass Effect is kind of stupid for a racing game, but I could
Well,
see them adding
But
the
I can see them doing that all
whatchamacallit.
the time, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, it'll be like a Normandy skin on,
Mhm. Or the
some
N7 logo.
Lamborghini
I
or
was-
something.
I was thinking
Yeah.
the stupid thing you ride in space. What's it called? I forget. What
Oh,
they
the
call it in
buggy
game.
thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I was
The
like, they could
Mako.
add that to the game. I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
see that. It'd be a little weird, but
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah.
Just see Shepard get flown out when he gets crashed into a wall. Yeah, but there you go.
There we go. Well, thank you for that, Despawn. Appreciate you. Let's get into
Whoa.
fix a sack before we get out of here. What?
Scores.
Oh, you can read this. Crash is sitting at 19 points. Matt is sitting at 3 points. You're technically on 20 points, I believe, because you got that right as well. 20 points
No,
for
he's
you.
19.
No,
you got 19.
He was 18.
I don't get an extra point
Oh.
for you not getting the
Why are
trivia.
you trying to give him a free point
Yeah.
fix, huh?
Oh, I was. My bad.
Trying to put him
Alright.
ahead of me, huh? You
Oh.
think he's better than me, fix, huh?
Where's
So
your
right
100
now,
points?
in joint first place is Crash and Despawn at 19 points.
Yeah, boy.
Now, many of you at home will be asking, is there time for Matt to make a comeback here? The answer is no, ladies and gentlemen. I am firmly in last place.
Well, no, there technically is time.
Yeah, but you'd have to turn
You
up
have to
every
Show
show
week.
up.
every
Yeah.
week, and
You'd have to-
us just completely fuck up.
Yeah, you'd have to turn up every week, get it right, get the trivia right, and we just have to never get a question right. So technically, you could, Matt. You've got a chance.
Doable.
This could
There's
be
2
your
points
year.
available every week, unless you're hosting. Then there's only
3
1 point
points.
available.
Yeah, if Fix is doing the points.
If I do blind ranking, 3 points.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Are we doing blind ranking this week?
No, we're not doing blind ranking this week.
We already got
Matt's got a hard out, and I've got dinner downstairs. This show me the Fixer's sack this week. Remember, you can email him podcast@gmail.com, or you can write a question in the Discord if you haven't already. Very disappointed in you lot. I know that we recorded a little bit early. Not you guys, the audience. 2 questions. 2 questions this week on a slow news week. Very disappointed. First one comes from Trusty Turtle, new writer, and we appreciate you. Thank you for your great questions. They've been great ever since. Have you ever reviewed a game and found that you've had a very unpopular opinion, e.g., thinking Baldur's Gate 3 was a 6 out of 10, or something like that? So, I'll have a think, but I will tell you, reviewing a video game might be one of the most stressful things ever in our industry, in my opinion, because you are playing it in what feels like it can be your living room and you can be going out, but it feels like you're playing it in a cardboard box of just you, yourself, and your thoughts. And then you hit your embargo with every other outlet out there, being the IGNs, the GameSpots, the Game Radars, PC Gamer, you name it, right? And you're just little old MC Fix or MXA, whatever we put our review, right? Or Despawn or whatever. And there is nothing more stressful than hitting publish at that time and literally sprinting to every website to see if you had the same process as them.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it in the world, I'm telling you. Nothing.
I don't know, man. I don't care about that stuff. It's the actual. For me, it's the race to be there for embargo is the most stressful part of like having to play a game fully, produce the content, be happy with that content, feel like you've got your thoughts into that content, and then hit publish. Like if people don't agree with my thoughts, that's fine, as long as I know that my thoughts are right in my head. That's the hard part for me.
Fair enough. I don't review that many games anymore. Thankfully,
I was going to say, not review necessarily, but I've got games that I don't like that are widely considered to be great. But I didn't review them, you know?
Go on.
Assassin's Creed Origins, I'd probably put in there.
Idiot.
I don't think Assassin's Creed Origins was reviewed like super, super greatly. It wasn't disliked, but I don't think it was reviewed like a 9 out of 10 by everybody.
I remember it being like pretty popular.
Fix.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Really like that game.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Oh, look, I love that game. I have a very, very special place in my heart for that game.
Well, like as far as people's opinions for that game, I have like normal people's opinions of Fix for Origins.
Sure. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
So, Metacritic has it at an 81 or a 7.3 for user ratings. So,
Okay, well then maybe I'm right on line with that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else.
I got one.
To what you were saying, Fix, like of this feeling of like, oh my god, what if nobody else feels the same way as I do? I felt that playing Hellblade too.
See, that was my mind.
Interesting. Yeah.
So I think my mind went to Hellblade 2, but I think it went for different reasons. Like, I think I was higher up on it than a lot of other people.
Yeah.
But I think it's the way we judge games is like, I put more stock in games as art than games being a fun experience. and I think the artistic quality of Hellblade 2 kind of like outshone it for me a little bit.
Sure.
Whereas I think a lot of people just didn't enjoy the gameplay elements, which totally fair. I think they were the weakest part of the game. But yeah, I think
Is that not an extension of the art?
again, that's the whole point.
Yeah, no, that's
of
fair.
art,
That's
isn't it?
a
Art
whole
is
different
subjective.
conversation.
Art
Yeah,
is
no, that's
subjective.
fair.
Like what I get
That's
out
fair.
of an
Yeah,
experience
yeah.
like that is going to be different.
I
from
disagree
somebody
with
else.
you, but I get you, Despawn.
And you
I-
are
I-
well
I-
within your rights to disagree with me. And your take is no less valid than mine.
But yeah, I think like often Despawn, similar to what you were sort of saying then, like I will often play a game and go like, holy shit, this is amazing. I did this with Liza P. I played Liza P really early and was like, holy shit, this is fantastic. And then start thinking like, why am I so high on this? What if nobody else is? And then you sit with that for so long until the game comes out and other people play it, and then you go, oh no, everybody agrees. It's good. Okay, fine. But yeah.
I think my closest thing to it is probably Resident Evil 4. I still think Resident Evil 4 it's a good game. I'm not saying it's not a good game, but the people, I literally had Elder Slayer in chat today talking about it, and it was like probably my favorite Resident Evil game, maybe in my top 5 games of all time. And I just don't see it. I don't see it the way others see it. Like I know it's a good game, but I'm so blinded by Resident Evil 2. And that being the pinnacle of what I consider Resident Evil to be, that I can't see beyond it. I think the same thing happened with Resident Evil 8 for me as well. You come in, Matt, and you were like, oh my god, this is the best Resident Evil ever. Well, I love this game, blah, 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 blah. And I'm there like, I think it's hardly a Resident Evil game. Like, at certain points of it, I'm there like, there's certain points where I'm like, they're building up to this thing. Go on.
You did the same thing with Resident Evil 7 as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I was wrong about Resident Evil 7.
Oh, so I got what you're saying. Got it.
Resident Evil 7 is a fantastic game. Now, I had to play it 3 or 4 times to realize it was a fantastic game, but it is a fantastic game.
Okay.
And I think I'm the opposite with Resident Evil 8. I think I was wrong about Resident Evil 8. I don't think Resident Evil 8 is as good as I thought it was when I played it.
I agree.
You know what Resident Evil game still holds up after all this time?
I'm gonna fight this guy. I'm gonna fight him.
Resident Evil 6, baby.
Fuck off, Crash.
And that's the podcast done forever.
Crash, you refuse to even play it again with me, so we know you're lying.
Resident Evil 6? I've never played it the first time to play it again.
I hate you.
That's
All right,
He has put enough time into it to know it's top 5 game of the year.
Crash, did you answer?
No, I don't. I can't really like. I don't like Borderlands 2. People love that game, but like, I don't really know if I have.
Fair.
Borderlands 4, boys. Borderlands 4. Borderlands 4.
Yeah, sorry, I'm watching the baby.
Crash is in. Haley is so excited to
Oh,
play with you, Crash. I told Haley that you're playing with us.
I specifically told you there's no way I'm playing that game.
I told Haley that you're playing with us.
That.
I did, and she said that she cannot wait. She's got her PC set up. She pre-ordered it. She is good and ready to go.
You did not tell her that. You did not tell her that.
Crash,
I think something.
I promise I did.
Something's wrong in this company, Crash, because my emails aren't getting through to HR either, or being in some way. Or...
getting cut off somewhere.
I scan all of HR's emails before they get there.
Classic workplace environment.
Yeah, 100%. You better unionize all of you. Last question this week, because we only got 2, comes from TopLift91 and says, do you think the multi-platform strategy is the correct strategy for the future of gaming, or do you believe exclusives are better? Matt?
Do I think it's the right strategy for the future of gaming? I think that depends on who you is it the best thing for the gamer? Yes. Is it the right thing? Is it the best thing for Sony and Xbox? No. Probably.
I disagree.
Let Matt land. Go on. Why do you think it's not the best thing for them?
dig that hole deeper, please.
Well,
I mean, because you listen to the podcast every week, right?
I think it depends what their strategy is. Like, is everybody going to become just a publisher, right? And everything's going to be everywhere. And Sony and Xbox are just publishers. I think eventually that will happen.
No,
No,
I don't think so.
I think it will. I mean, you got to remember, Matt, you're the one on the podcast who's like, cloud gaming is the future.
Yeah.
They're like,
which I think is the best thing for the consumer.
Yeah, just stick it all on a cloud.
And so,
service
yes,
and let
I
it
think
get
it's
anywhere.
good, but Nintendo will never do that. And so, if you want your Marios, you will still need your Nintendo box.
I mean,
I think the best future.
Go on.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, you said Nintendo will never do it. I just think Nintendo are like 2 generations behind everyone else as usual. Like, eventually, I think it could happen.
No,
when gaming gets to a point where it's like PC or cloud gaming is the only way to play games.
It's never gonna be that.
It's not, but like it's never gonna be that. But also, you can't say that they're behind when they're actively making a current decision. Like, I get what you're saying. It's not like they're behind on hardware. Their active decisions, they were ahead of it. The Switch is a mobile console. It's the first and most successful mobile console. Fuck your Stream Deck. The Switch is number one. If you're really viewing it in that perspective, the Switch is number one. Let's not get that twisted in any sense of that. Like, they by far were ahead of the curve in that sense. So I don't like. Are exclusives the right thing for gaming? I think it depends. I think lack of exclusives to a degree ruins competition in gaming, right? One company can do whatever they want. If there's no fight for exclusivity, there's no fight for like better content to a degree. And then B, I think like it depends on the platform. For Xbox, exclusives don't really make a whole lot of sense right now. I think giving preferential treatment to people playing on your platform, for sure. But for Switch, like, there is no reason you should put Donkey Kong on other platforms. The Switch is an ecosystem that sort of sells itself. It's like all these games, all this experience you can have with your family, with your kids, et cetera, et cetera. Does it make sense? For PlayStation, sort of in the middle ground where they can still kind of go anywhere with it, their lackluster lineup leads towards them probably being better off not being exclusives fully, because they haven't put out enough game at the frequency they would need for that to be the case, I feel like. It really, like, the answer to this really depends on the platform.
Yeah, I think it's just a case of the way that I look at the gaming industry is a little bit like how I look at the music industry, of being like, it used to be like you would go to your shop, you would buy your CD or your vinyl or whatever, however you got your hardware version, and then streaming services, and it became the service that was a selling point, where it became the fight between Apple Music or Tidal or Spotify. I feel like gaming is eventually going to go that way. I don't think it's going to go that way in this generation, but I feel like the argument will be, it's just like,
the problem is when you buy an album, first of all, you have to, each of those have been significantly horrible for the musicians, and the way most musicians make most of their money is through touring. Yeah. Games do not have a touring system. They have microtransactions, but whether those stick or not in a game, it's not something easy that this game will succeed microtransaction wise and that game won't. So selling is always going to be an important thing in gaming that you don't have in music. And then even in music, you've seen it like adjust. They've gone back to vinyls. Vinyls are huge, selling packages of here's cassette yeah, exactly. Here's cassette tapes. Here's CDs. Like, it's not a one-to-one. It's hard to, like, even when you talk about like the Netflix console TV streaming thing, it's not a one-to-one in that regard either. Gaming's its very own unique thing. So I don't think it's ever going to transition as easily. Also, games just cost so much that if you can sell a $70 game alongside the subscription, I think places like Xbox and PlayStation, whoever decides like we may venture into that, are always going to want to sell physical copies as well and never want that to fully diminish because it's such a large revenue stream.
Yeah. And vinyl hasn't disappeared.
No.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, oh, but it's gonna go. But vinyl didn't disappear. Consoles are not gonna disappear.
Yeah. Well, so again, I don't know if I said disappear, but I think like the prevailing way of getting music now is through Spotify. Like, there are still people like me who will buy the vinyls and all that stuff, but like the majority of people don't care about buying an album. They'll just listen to a single on Spotify.
Sure.
Yeah, like the portion of that audience that are buying vinyl is so small, so infinitesimally small.
Yeah.
So like, and the difference is, you say it didn't go away, and you're right, but consoles have to compete with PCs, and PCs will never go away because they do so much more than just gaming.
Sure.
And so like your thing is like, okay, well, if you care about gaming locally, beef up your PC, and if you don't, play in your cloud subscription service.
I think there's
Consoles
a big
fill
middle
this
ground.
weird. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not sure that middle ground is that big.
Yeah.
I think I kind of agree with you. I think that consoles will stick around for a bit longer than I've typically said, and there'll be special edition consoles, and they'll tie to your favorite game, and there'll be incentives, and there'll be people who care about that. But I think,
for me, the next generation, and not like the youngest generation out right now, people playing games, generation after that is going to dictate where gaming goes in the future, whether consoles will be a thing or not. I think anybody playing games right now is not going to dictate it because it's just all options right now. It's what will that, if that next generation's like, I don't want a console, it's either PC or streaming for me, then that's what it'll become. Right now, it's just all like theorizing where the market will go and where kids will want to be able to
an iPad. You're all forgetting about a goddamn iPad.
Yeah. So what we need to do is put a pin in this, come back in 10 years, and I'll tell you how my son play games.
Perfect. Thank you.
Well, the problem with your son, that's going to be compromised information because these ones are going to be like, you're only streaming it and you're all playing on the, the
because
PC because I want to win this argument. Okay?
We had this conversation last week. Fixie's sending me an Xbox 360. It's definitely happening.
Good point. You're going to be a console. Yeah,
I'm
we're
growing my child up on the classics.
Yeah. Good point.
What I love is you're growing you're making your kid play the classic on the classics.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Switch 2, by the time your kid's old enough to play games, is gonna have every Nintendo, and you're gonna be like, hell no, where's my SNES? You're playing on this.
It's in the wardrobe next to me.
Told you. Let's plug and get yourself out of here. Matt's falling asleep. Matt, we got to plug this week.
Gamescom, baby. The Future Game Show, the next edition of the Future Game Show, will be at Gamescom Wednesday, August 20th. I want to say 7 p.m. UK time. Sounds about right. It will be followed by FGS live from Gamescom, and then we'll be doing a third show.
Whoa!
FGS Best of Gamescom on the last day of Gamescom on Sunday. That show will be happening. And it'll be the best of Gamescom. We're running around the Gamescom show floor, playing the games, taking people behind the scenes. Got some cool interviews lined up. I think we'll get some really interesting stuff out of it.
So do you want to announce it now, Matt, or?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
This year's Future Game Show, the main showcase will be hosted by David Hayter, that's right, Metal Gear Solid's Snake, and Maggie Roberts, Lady Demetresque from Resident Evil 8.
And the second show?
Future Game Show? You mean FGS Live from Gamescom? Live from Gamescom will be hosted by one Jules Gill and Nathan Byrne, FGS mainstay hosts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, you're right. The final show.
The final show.
Yeah.
The final show is a continuation of the FGS brand, and so it will be hosted by Jules Gill and Nathan Byrne, and of course, Amy Mallett. That's right. Our latest hire on it will also be hosting that show.
Fix, you're a host, right?
No big deal or nothing, guys. But I've hosted it. Been on TV. I've hosted on TV. I've also hosted on Ubisoft. Hosted the big Creator Rumble. No big. I did. No big deal. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The thing is, Crash, when you look to hire people like this, right? You look for consistency and reliability. And when you look around a Battlefield 6 multiplayer reveal event and you see an NPC with MC Fixer written on it,
that's a good point. You know what?
Fair.
Next year
cannot be trusted.
Next year,
Matt,
talk to more about Fix next year.
It's always next year. I'm not getting old though. It's fine. It's always next year. Black don't crack. White does. I'll be fine. Jules will be too old soon. Chris, what you got to plug this week?
So we talked about it a little bit earlier, but I'm gonna do a bigger thing on Discord. I have plans, but if you guys have any ideas for an MXAM Game Awards thing at the end of the year, if you have categories for stuff you'd like to see, to post them. Don't make them super niche or obscure with really weird stuff. Just like more of the baseline, but you can go kind of out there. Just put whatever ideas you have. I'll do something more extensive once we have a conversation with the boys on what exactly my idea is for it. But yeah, also podcast reviews. Leave podcast reviews. We have no podcast review in right now, other than the last one, and that hurts my soul.
Hurts his soul. Quick question. How was my audio this week? That's my plug.
Are you asking us or are you asking the audience?
I'm asking you.
Oh, it was great until like 5 minutes ago, and then it started breaking up a little bit again.
You got very emotive with your mic. You got very emotive with your mic, and I think you might have tapped the wire or the mic. I saw the mic bouncing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I tried. I've changed wire. I've done everything I needed to. I don't know what the issue is. Do you know what I think it might be? I think it's my.
Is your what?
Ironically, we didn't hear what you just said because you cut out, which is hilarious.
Did you touch the Go XLR?
We're not even joking. Did you touch the Go XLR?
Until next time, we'll love you, leave you, and see you later. Goodbye.
Despawn didn't plug. Despawn got a plug.
Elgato, they're great.